Welcome to Storytime with me. Today I will be reading you the first chapter of my own original story. I have been writing forever. I've always loved writing. I've been writing since I was like 8. I wrote cute little twisted fairy tales and short stories and tried to write books, and it didn't end up working out. I finished a novel probably about a year ago, but I didn't like it very much, so I decided to write another one. This one is called Convergence. I finished it a few months ago, and I've been working on it, and I would like to just read a little sneak peek. So this will just be the first chapter, and I don't know what else to say. I'm supposed to be stalling so people
Tell us a little bit about your story. You've got one viewer on YouTube. Welcome.
Yes,
thank you.
It's probably Addie.
We're streaming to TikTok and to YouTube at the same time. So while we're just waiting for all of the myriad of people who are going to be watching this to sign on, just tell them a little bit about your story and like maybe where you came up with the idea, and while I mess with this tripod so it doesn't fall over.
Well, I don't have some magical, cool idea of how this story came to me in a vision. I was literally just watching a movie. Fun fact, it was Frozen 2. I was watching Frozen 2, and I saw Anna and Elsa interacting. I was like, oh, it'd be cool to write a story about siblings. I'm going to write a story about siblings. So I went and I sat down at the computer and just started spewing words out of my brain, and it formed a story. And then it got worked to planning and world building, and the world building for this story was actually really fun because it's not a completely different universe. It's like set in Earth, but there's hidden societies all throughout Earth of these people called mages, and there's mind mages and body mages. Mind mages have powers like telepathy and telekinesis and illusions, and body mages have like healing and super senses and super physical abilities like strength and speed. So this story follows twins. One grew up in this hidden society with mages. The other grew up on Earth with an adoptive family.
Talk a little bit louder and a little bit more slowly. Somebody says just speak a little bit slowly.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Samantha Black.
Hello. I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
Welcome.
Faye Blackwell. Hi, my name is Faye. I can give you.
My
Can you
name
give?
is Faye.
It is.
Sorry, continue reading.
Hi, my name is Faye. Can you give me a shout out, please?
Hi, Faye. We're shouting out to Faye. She's one of the viewers right now.
Yes, and Samantha Black says hi, and Grandma Debbie is here too.
Aw, hi, Grandma. Do you think that's enough reading? Or explaining? Can I start reading?
Yeah. So, Kristen says hi. Love you guys. It's Addie's mom. All the way from where do you live now? I can't remember.
Spanish Fork.
No, in.
Addie Rutherford.
Yes. Where?
Addie's mom isn't named Kristen.
I'm sorry.
Silly. You can do this, Dad. You know where they live.
It's somewhere I can't remember. It's really beautiful and no mountains there. Missouri, that's it. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Kaylie.
And somebody from Type Red says hi.
Hi.
He's from Afghanistan.
Ooh, cool.
And Samantha Black says, my name is Carson. Missouri. Yep, thanks, Chris. Sorry about that. I know where you live.
Sure.
So Kaylie is here to read the first chapter of her book. How many pages is your book?
Hold on, this isn't telling me.
Hi, Susie. I thought you knew that already.
It is 145 in manuscript format.
So
I lied to Josh. I was thinking about my other book that I wrote, which was way more pages. But this one's only 145 pages.
Oh, there's somebody, Misha Afton says, hey, I'm on for 1 hour out of surgery, and this is what I've stumbled upon, but I don't mind it, and I'm from New York City.
Oh, cool.
So very cool. So Kaylie's going to read the first chapter of her book. It's a pretty long book. She's only 15. I got that right.
Good job.
Thank you. She's 15 and has written a book. It's pretty advanced, honestly. It's really, really great. And it's, she wants to get it published this year. It's her goal to get it published.
New Year's goal, I guess.
Yeah. So she's here to read the first chapter of her book.
You guys are special. This is before I've gone through any. It's had a little bit of editing, but no complete rewrites or anything. So you guys are special.
Yeah.
Draft 1.
Yeah.
People will see draft 1.
Yep. And we don't have an editor or anything yet. This is just what she's written. So without further ado, we have 15 viewers on YouTube, actually, and I don't know on TikTok. I can't. No one. I don't think. Anyway.
Sorry.
So Kaylie's going to read the first chapter of her book. And Misha is half Scottish. Well, that's very cool.
Oh, cool.
So, okay, if you're ready, I think we're good. We got 26 people now on YouTube. So Kaylie's going to read the first chapter of her book for those of you who have just joined us, and hope you've enjoyed it, or I hope you enjoy it. Go for it.
Okay, this is called Convergence.
Make sure it's loud and clear.
Chapter 1. My footsteps were silent, and all I could hear was the sound of my swirling thoughts. An inky blackness surrounded me, encasing me in a dark void. I walked forward, more out of stubbornness than actual reason. A new determination pushed me forward when I saw a shape in the distance. I ran over to it, curious, and saw the shape was a boy. It was strange. He looked like me. He had the same strawberry blonde hair and scattered freckles. The few differences were a dimple on his cheek and his nightrobe that made him look like he'd stepped out of the 1600s. I froze, too nervous to say anything. Could he even see me? But then he turned and his eyes locked with mine. Hello? He asked with a strangely cheerful tone considering the circumstances. Hi? I responded, looking down, trying to avoid the awkward situation. I'm Titus, he said, reaching out his hand. After a moment of hesitation, I tried to shake it, but my hand went right through his. Huh. Weird, he said, confused, but not upset. So, are you real? At first, I thought this might be a weird dream, but I've never dreamed of a place like this before, so I bet it's a vision or something. That's cooler. The words spilled out of his mouth so fast that I had to focus to keep up. I'm definitely real, but I don't know if you are, I replied, my skepticism clear. Titus looked down and patted himself. Well, I know I'm real, but you don't know that, so I guess there's no way for me to prove it other than telling you to trust me, he replied with a boyish grin. Trust a creepy kid I just met. Yeah, right. I shook my head. This is definitely a weird dream. Before he could respond, a sharp pain stabbed my forehead. Ow! I exclaimed. Ow! Titus echoed at the same time, wincing. Whoa, we said together again. Did you feel that too? Titus asked, wide-eyed. Yeah, that was odd, I puzzled. Titus shook his head and shrugged. Oh well. Oh, wait, I didn't get your name. I'm Lily. Nice to meet you. He tilted his head, squinting his eyes. Wait a minute. You look kind of like me. I was thinking the same thing. It makes this whole dream even creepier, I replied. He laughed. His eyes twinkled with innocence. I guess we think the same too. I rolled my eyes, but I couldn't help but smirk. Maybe. We shared a laugh, but it was interrupted when a sharp pain jolted through us again. This time it felt like a needle pricking the back of my neck. He forced a laugh. Weird dream. Yeah. We both stood there in silence, not really knowing what to do, so I wandered around for a bit, trying to find anything else in the endless void. But as far as I could see, it was only darkness. I turned and looked at Titus, only to find him fading away. Is it fading for you too? Titus asked. I nodded. He stepped in closer and looked at me with determination. I'll try and figure out why we had this dream, and if I see you again, I can tell you. Sure, I said with a shrug, though part of me hoped I would never have a dream like this again. Bye, Lily. He waved with a sweet smile, and then the dream was gone. I woke up, dazed and confused. A dull pain pulsed through the back of my neck and head. Groaning, I dragged myself out of bed, trying to shake off the discomfort. My older brother Peter, who shared the room with me, rolled over and rubbed the sleep from his eyes. You okay? He mumbled, still half asleep. Yeah, I just have a headache, I replied, forcing a smile. He yawned, nodded, and drifted back to sleep. I made my way to the kitchen to grab some ibuprofen, the memory of the dream still clinging to my mind. I forced down 3 pills and started to head back to my room when the pain started to spread to my arms. The ache was faint at first, but the pain in my head and neck morphed into a searing burn. Panicked, I bolted to the sink and splashed my face with cold water, but it made no difference. The burning sensation intensified, spreading through my arms like wildfire. My vision blurred and the ground started tilting beneath me. I called out to Peter before collapsing to the floor. The burning grew unbearable. My breath quickened and my heart was pounding like a drum in my chest. Peter rushed in and dropped to his knees beside me. "Lily, what's wrong? Is it another panic attack?" "No," I gasped. It's different. Burns. My head burns." "I'll get Mom," he said, bolting down the hall. I tried to stay awake, but the pain was like a heavy blanket over my whole body, pushing me into the ground. A final wave of excruciating pain shot through my body, and I blacked out. This next bit is from Peter's perspective. I sprinted down the hall with my parents close behind, my heart hammering in my chest. "She woke up with a headache, and when I found her, she was on the floor saying her head was burning," I shouted. We skidded into the kitchen. Lily was sprawled out on the floor, completely still. I dropped down beside her, my hands shaking as I checked if she was still breathing. Relief hit me like a punch to the gut when I saw her chest move. "She's breathing! Call 911! I yelled. Mom was already fumbling for her phone, but before she could even dial, the front door flew open with a bang. "Wait! Don't call anyone! I know what's happening," a voice shouted. I whipped around, and of course, it was our weird neighbor, Pat, because who else would show up at a time like this? He was tall, always looked out of place in his black hoodie and hat, even when it was roasting outside. He carried a cane, which made 0 sense for a guy who looked like he was barely in his 40s. "Pat, how did you even get in here?" Dad demanded, his voice tight. Pat raised his hands like he was trying to calm down a pack of wild dogs. "I know this sounds crazy, but please don't call anyone," he said, sounding way too calm for the situation. "I know exactly what's wrong with her, and trust me, nobody else will." "Pat, our daughter is unconscious on the floor. You'd better start talking or I'm calling the cops," Dad warned. Pat kept his hands up, still trying that calm down the crazy people routine. I'm pretty sure he was the crazy one here. "I get it, you're freaked out, but she's gonna be fine, I promise. I can't explain it quickly." Dad was reaching the end of his rope. "You've got 30 seconds. Pat sighed like we were all being unreasonable, then pulled off his hoodie and hat. That's when I saw them. Tattoos covering his arms, neck, and forehead. Thick gray lines twisted all over his skin, and right in the middle of his forehead was an eye symbol, like something out of a movie. "What does this have to do with Lily?" I asked, trying to make sense of any of this. "Look at her head," Pat said, pointing. I glanced down at Lily and felt my stomach drop. Faint lines, just like Pat's, were appearing on her skin. I swore if he was the one doing this, I would throat punch him. "What is this?" I started, but Pat cut me off. "She's going through what we call the triggering. I moved in next door because I knew it would happen soon. I had to be here to stop you from calling the wrong people," Pat explained. "The wrong people?" Mom echoed, her voice trembling. "Humans. Doctors or the police wouldn't understand this, and wouldn't know what to do." He explained like he was talking to first graders. "Your daughter is a mage, like me. Those lines are a sign her magic is waking up. A mage's magic is stored in their brain, but it doesn't kick in until they're older. That's what's happening now. She said her head was burning, right? That's the magic moving through the lines for the first time. It hurts, but it's normal." Dad let out an emotionless laugh. "Pat, this is insane. I don't know what kind of trick you're pulling, but I'm calling the cops." Dad pulled out his phone, but before he could do anything, it flew out of his hand and landed in Pat's. Pat's eyes narrowed. I'm not joking. That's all.
Dum dum dum. Go get Jake. So, that was Kaylie's first chapter of her first novel that she's written. And Jake is coming to visit.
Hi.
While we scroll through some comments.
Oh. Hi.
So take that one out. Okay. So just...
TikTok is only better than YouTube.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to read through some of the comments. I didn't want to interrupt her, so some people commented and asked some questions. Let's see. Samantha Black says, "I love it so much." And Faye Blackwell says, "Oh my gosh, it's so good." And Type Red said, my apologies, is the book for younger.
It's like young adult, teenager audience.
Okay. So like from like 12 to like 16, 17, what do you think? Like even younger kids would probably like it too, right?
I'd say 12 to 20.
Okay, cool. Survival Chick says, very talented. This is amazing writing.
Aw, thank you. Okay.
And your grandma Debbie says, wow. And okay. Somebody else made a comment that has absolutely nothing to do with your story. So we're not going to read it. But thank you for joining and thank you for listening. Cute Moon Pie 10 Roblox. Okay. So do you have anything else you want to share with the people still watching? Any comments on there? Okay.
If you have any questions about the chapter I just read, you can ask. Should I say something like, I don't know, if you want to hear more?
Yes, if you want, maybe. Honestly, this was a pretty successful live for us. Do you want to know how many people were watching at one point?
Sure.
Up to 36 people were watching.
Wow, the most we've ever gotten.
This is the biggest live we've ever had.
I'll read the second chapter if you guys want me to.
Yeah, you guys want to hear the second chapter? I don't know.
Comment if you want to hear the second chapter.
Yeah, comment if you want to hear the second chapter. You want to read it today or make them hold on for another day? Actually, we got Mom has dinner ready, so maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, if you want to hear the second chapter, I need like 10 people to say yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll read the second chapter.
No. If you want her to read the second chapter, this video needs to get 10 likes.
When we're at 5 likes.
Oh, 5 more, and I'll read
Okay,
the second
5
chapter.
more likes, and then she can read the next chapter. So if you're on here listening and you liked her book, go ahead and give us some more likes. Diflaka, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name. I don't know. Diflaka Maya says, what breed is your dog?
He's a mini golden doodle.
Call him up there again.
Jacob, come here. Come here. Come on. Come here.
That's our mini golden doodle, and
Oh, say hi.
he loves kisses.
Say hi.
Huh. Hi, Jake. Oh, we're up to 8 likes. Oh, come on. 2 more likes, and she will read the next chapter.
And we'll bring back Jake.
Yep, and we'll bring back Jake. But we are going to probably have to do it tomorrow. We've got some things going on tonight. So, and the Flacca Maya, sorry if I'm butchering that again, she says, so cute.
I know, he's adorable. Well, I don't know how long we're going to wait before we have to turn this off.
I don't know. And Samantha, that's a no.
One more like.
Oh, we're up to 9 likes.
Oh.
Here,
Are there any comments on that one?
Not really. It's just things saying like joined, liked the stream, joined.
Oh, cool.
Oh, whoops, there we go. Yeah, we got quite a few people who joined on TikTok too. A lot of people liked it actually. It's really good. So thank you for joining either on YouTube or on TikTok. So 10.
Woo,
we hit 10.
Second chapter tomorrow.
We hit 10 likes. All right.
Wait, what if this is just like a whole week? Kaylie reads the book. If every video gets like 5 more likes, 5 more likes each video.
I don't know.
Read the next chapter.
We'll have to see how it goes. This was pretty successful. This was our first live stream of her book. So,
What time should we do it at? Because we'll keep talking about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but you'll get notified. Subscribe if you want to get notified that we go live, so you can join. But we'll probably do it probably around the same time tomorrow, probably around 6:45 Mountain Time.
Oh, while we're stalling tomorrow before I read it, I can read one of my children's stories that I wrote.
Say that again?
Before I read the second chapter, I can read one of the children's stories to give people time to get on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I wrote a little children's book.
Kinda-
So, get on early if you want to hear my children's book before I read the second chapter.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining, guys, for Kaylie's first chapter of her first novel that she's written, and we'd love to get it published somehow. We're not really.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we have no idea how to do that. But okay. All right, guys. Thanks for joining.